My one viewer recommended that I make a show about the legends of the lucha libre. So today I'm going to do a show about the legends, such as one of my personal favorites, Urukan Ramirez. Urukan Ramirez was a well-known name in a time where everybody and their dog was a superstar in the lucha libre. You know, everybody at one time the AAA had like over uh, 2,000 stars. Yet CML too had a bunch of stars, but Urukan Ramirez shone brighter than them by being a good wrestler, a good technical wrestler. He is popular for popularizing the Urukan Rana, or in English, the Frankensteiner. He was a trailblazer, but before him came perhaps the most well-known professional wrestler in the lucha libre community, which is El Santo. El Santo was originally a rudo, a bad guy. He was not well liked, and the fact that he would come out in a silver mask and call himself the Saint would drive the audience crazy. Until one day he just got over. You know, I mean, he wasn't a well-known name, but he just got over. He was just that good in that ring that people just started cheering at him, no matter how rude he was or how, how much of a bad guy wrestler he truly was. So eventually he was offered a movie contract, and after the movie he just remained a technical, a baby face, a good guy wrestler until the end of his career. He was never unmasked, and in Mexico that's pretty hard to complete. A lot of people at the end of their careers choose to get unmasked, but San Santos was even buried with his mask to hold that mystery. And whether you agree with that or not, that's always gonna forever, ever add mystery to the name of El Santos. Is that the regular fans, such as us, his family, his co-workers, all knew him by his face except for us. So, I mean, that adds a little bit of mystery to El Santo. El Santo had a really big rival who also made himself known in the time. It wasn't just El Santo, it was Blue Demon. Blue Demon was definitely in the shadow of El Santos, but he was a star in his own right. He was very, very technical, very athletic, very bodybuilder type guy. He wasn't a high flyer, neither was El Santo. But I mean, when in my generation, when we think about luchadors, we think about the guys who do acrobatics. No, these guys were technicals. They were suplex, they supplant, they power bombed each other, they slammed each other. These guys were known as bodybuilders. Gory Guerrero. You know, in a time when the luchadors were running the scene, almost all of them were masked. Gory never wore a mask. And I remember hearing his son Eddie quoting that the wrestlers would go on and tell stories of Gory in his prime in the ring. No videotape exists of Gory, but Gory is said to be one of the greatest technical wrestlers ever, and he invented a lot of moves that are still used today, such as the Stu Hart special, the one that Stu Hart popularized. He invented that power bomb. You know, this is off of Wikipedia. If I'm wrong, I'm bad. But he also invented the flatliner. You know, I mean, Gory is a trailblazer, and a lot of people say that if Eddie and Gory were in his prime, Gory would just make Eddie look bad, and that's really tough, because even the best of the best of our generation, CM Punk, will say that Eddie is the greatest of all time. You know, and I mean, name one current wrestler who wrestles better than CM Punk. Daniel Bryan definitely wrestles at his level, but not surpassing CM Punk. And then there's my favorite growing up, Urukan Ramirez. You know, when I first saw his movie, he was played by Valentin Trujillo, but he was probably too old to do it. He was indeed the inventor of the Huracan Rana, but he was To put it lightly, he was amazing in the ring. Not as great as Eddie Guerrero, but he was definitely, you know, remarkable. He stood out in a sea of faces, in a sea of masks, and he made himself a name. Another one of my personal favorites was Tinieblas. Tinieblas had a gold mask with a mesh face, and it was probably the most favorite thing I liked about him, except for his little monster bear sidekick that he always had around him. He was, you know, one of the greats, one of the well-known wrestlers. And then so Enrique, thanks for asking for this video, man. I was certain nobody watched my videos, man. So thanks for your time. Peace.